Everyone, this is a video on how to determine the valency of different elements present in the periodic table. I have taken the first 20 elements of the periodic table to be given as an example on the determination of valency. Here I have taken the atomic number, the element name, the electronic configuration and how the electrons are arranged in the different shells and the number of valence electrons. Based on these things, we can determine the valency of these elements. Firstly, we will see the hydrogen. Hydrogen is having only one electron and this one electron will enter into the first orbital, that is 1s orbital. And for helium, two electrons will enter into the 1s orbital, so that the 1s orbital will get completely filled, because the maximum attainment of this orbital, that is s orbital, is only 2 electrons. So 2 electrons are present and these 2 electrons will enter into 1s orbital. That's why this orbital will get completely filled. And for lithium, 3 electrons are present, and out of which 2 electrons will enter into 1s orbital and 1 electron will enter into 2s orbital. And beryllium has 4 electrons and 2 of them will enter into 1s orbital and 2 electrons will enter into 2s orbital. And for boron, 5 electrons are present and 2 of them will enter into 1s orbital and 2 will enter into 2s orbital and 1 will be in 2p orbital. So likewise, for all the elements, how the electrons will enter into the different orbitals is given. Then I have underlined the orbitals. Why? Because the underlined orbitals will be distinguished from those which are not underlined. So these underlined orbitals will come under the valence shells, because these are the outermost orbitals. So these outermost orbitals, we also call them as valence shells. So those electrons that are present in the outermost orbitals are known as outermost electrons. They can also be called as valence electrons. Those electrons that are present in the innermost orbitals, that is, I have not underlined the innermost orbitals. So the electrons that are present in the innermost orbitals, so those electrons are called as innermost electrons. And why we have distinguished innermost orbitals and outermost orbitals? Because they forms the definition of valency. Valency is nothing but the combining capacity of an element. So which electrons will have a role in the combining capacity of an element? Those electrons that are present in the outermost orbitals will play key role in determining the valency of element, because valency electrons are the electrons that will participate in the chemical bonding. So that's why the valence electrons are playing the key role in the determination of valency. And innermost electrons do not have any role in chemical bonding. They do not participate in chemical bonding. Only those electrons that are present in the valence shell will be able to participate in the chemical bonding. That's why they have the tendency to gain or lose electrons to attain the stability. So this forms the major definition of valency. Here we can see the electronic arrangement, how the electrons are arranged in these shells. Firstly, for hydrogen, the single electron is present in 1s orbital and 2 electrons for helium are present in 1s orbital and it is completely filled. And for lithium, 3 electrons, 1s orbital has 2 electrons. I have not mentioned the innermost electrons here. Only the valence shells have been mentioned. 2s orbital, it is the 2s orbital, it is also the 2s orbital, it is 2s and this is 2p, this is 2s, 2p, 2s, 2p likewise. So for beryllium, 2 electrons in 2s orbital, and for boron, 3 electrons, out of which 2 are present in the 2s orbital and 1 will be in the 2p orbital. So for carbon, 2 electrons in the 2s and 2 electrons are present in the 2p orbital. And another difference is also present here. For 1s orbital, the shell will be the first shell and 1 will denote the number of the shell and S will denote the orbital. So S orbital present in the first shell is known as 1s orbital. S orbital present in the second shell is known as 2s orbital, and P orbital present in the second shell is known as 2p orbital. So different shells will have the s, p, d and f orbitals. So for different shells, s, p, d or f orbitals are given here according to their electronic configuration, and we can see how the electrons are arranged in their respective orbitals. Then we can go for electronic arrangement. For hydrogen, 1 electron, 1. For helium, 2, 2. And for lithium, 2, 1 arrangement. For beryllium, 2, 2. For boron, 2, 3, 2, 4, then 2, 5, then 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8, 2, 8, 1, 2, 8, 2 and likewise. What is this trend? Here you can see for boron, 2 electrons are present in the first shell, that's why 2. For second shell, 2 plus 1, 3 electrons, that's why 3. For carbon, 2 electrons in the first shell, that's why 2. And for second shell, 2 plus 2, 4 electrons, that's why 4. And here you can take. For sodium, first shell have 2 electrons, that's why 2. Second shell will have 2 plus 6, that is 8. 8 electrons, that's why 8. And third shell have only 1 electron, that's why 1. So 2, 8, 1, 2, 8, 2, 2, 8, 3, 2, 8, 4. Likewise, the arrangement will be mentioned. Then we can go for valence electrons. So hydrogen has only 1 valence electron, that's why 1. For helium, only 2, that's why 2 valence electrons. And for lithium, only 1. And for beryllium, 2. For boron, 2 plus 1, 3 valence electrons. For carbon, 2 plus 2, 4 valence electrons. And for nitrogen, 2 plus 3, 5. 2 plus 4, 6. 7, 8 and 1, 2. Then again 2 plus 1, 3 valence electrons for aluminium. 4 valence electrons for silicon. 5 valence electrons for phosphorus. 6 valence electrons for sulfur. 7 valence electrons for chlorine. 8 valence electrons for argon. And 1 valence electron for potassium and 2 valence electrons for calcium. And one thing we have to keep in mind, that the valence electrons which are equal to number 4 or less than number 4 will have the same valency state similar to that of the number of valence electrons they possess. Here for hydrogen, only 1 electron, that's why the valency is 1, as the number of valence electron is less than 4, that's why the valence electrons are equal to their valency state. And one exceptional case for the inert gas elements. Here you can see helium, neon and argon. So helium, neon and argon will come under the inert gas elements. So they have the zero valency state. Why they have having zero valency state? Why? Because when you see for helium, the outermost orbital is completely filled. It means it have the stability. So when any element, if it possesses stability, then it do not have any tendency to go for chemical bonding. That means it do not have any tendency to gain or lose the electrons. So it indicates the stability of that particular element. So that's why the valency state will always remain 0. And when you go for neon, this neon will obey the octet rule. So from neon, octet rule is obeyed by all the inert gas elements. When you see neon, the outermost orbital is having 8 electrons. According to the octet rule, when the atom that possesses 8 electrons in its valence shell, that means the valence shell is completely filled with all the 8 electrons here. So it do not have any tendency to undergo any chemical reaction. That's why it do not gain the electrons or lose the electrons, so the valency remains 0. So for argon also you can see here 8 electrons are present in the outermost shell. That's why it do not have any tendency to go for chemical bonding. That's why its valence state will also remain 0. So likewise for all the inert gas elements, the valence state is 0. Here you can see for hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon. So for hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, boron, the valency electrons are less than 4, and for carbon the valency electron is exactly 4. So for all these elements the valency electron is less than or equal to 4. That's why the number of valency electron is equal to their valency number. So for one valency electron, 1 will be the valency for hydrogen, and for lithium 1 valence electron and 1 valency state, and beryllium has 2 valence electrons and the valency of beryllium is 2. For boron it has 3 valence electrons and the valency state of boron is 3. For carbon it is having 4 valence electrons and the valency of carbon is 4. And the trend is exactly opposite to nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. Why? Because the valency electrons are greater than 4. Here in the nitrogen you can see 5 valence electrons are present. So the number is exceeding 4. So when the valence electron number exceeds 4, here we have another rule for it. So those elements that are having their valence electron greater than 4, then their valency can be calculated by subtracting the number of valence electrons from the number 8. We can apply in the nitrogen case. Okay, in the nitrogen the number of valence electrons is 5. So when you subtract these 5 electrons from the number 8, we can get 3. So 3 will be the valency state of nitrogen. And for oxygen, 6 valence electrons are present and 8 minus 6 will give 2. So 2 is the valency state of oxygen. And for fluorine, 8 minus 7 is 1 and 1 is the valency state of fluorine. And neon obeys octet rule, that's why its valency state is 0. And for sodium and magnesium we can see 1 and 2, and for aluminum and silicon are also having 3 and 4 valence electrons. So these valence electrons are less than or equal to 4. That's why their valency state remains same as to that of number of valence electrons they possess. And for the phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon, it has the similar trend as to that of nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. So they are having the number of valence electrons greater than 4. That's why 8 minus 5 is 3. So 3 is the valence state for phosphorus, and for sulfur 2 is the valence state, and for chlorine 1 is the valence state, and argon being the inert gas element, its valence state always remains 0 because it is completely stable. And for potassium it is having only 1 valence electron, and for calcium 2 valence electrons, and so their valency state is same as to that of number of valence electrons they have. So this is the trend, and this is the way how to determine the valency of different elements present in the periodic table. And here is the thing you have to keep in your mind: number of valence electrons is less than or equal to 4, then the number of valence electrons is equal to its valency state. And for those elements who are having valence electrons greater than 4, then their valency is calculated by subtracting the number of valence electrons from the 8. Thank you everyone.